Well, this is certainly not the news that I was hoping for. Hey everybody, Marcin here, and yeah, I really just wanted to record this because I can't believe this is happening. So for those who don't know, there was a thing for Megadeth. They were going to be showing something at 11 p.m. EST or 11 a.m. EST today. And from what we had saw, it looked like it was going to be a new song. Some people were joking around about like, because it said like the end is near, or like it was something like that. And somebody said like the end is beer, because like some people were wondering like, is this going to be for like a new beer from Megadeth? Is this going to be like an NFT thing? Is this going to be a tour? So we were all over the place. But I was hoping that it was going to be a new song. And I think a lot of us were hoping that it was going to be a new song. So I go into the bathroom at work around 11 because I'm like, I'm going to listen to this. I can't freaking wait. And it hits 11. The premiere thing starts playing. And then the video plays. And already right off the bat, like I couldn't tell when I first watched it, but people pointed out that it's AI. From watching it again, it does look like AI. That's kind of annoying. I don't know why, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I don't want to go too deep into that, but like, you know, you would just hope that it'd be like, you know, real made, but whatever. So I didn't notice that at first, but then it gets to Vic. And I still can't even believe like what happened. He just says like, yeah, this album's gonna be the last one. We're gonna do a farewell tour. Bye. My jaw, like, I was gonna say my jaw dropped. I don't know what actual thing happened with my body, but what I do know is I was actually devastated. I was just devastated. Megadeth has been my favorite band since I was either 14 or 15, and I have so many memories of each album coming out from like when I got into them, and just the whole like it actually felt like a piece of me died. Like it did. That might sound dramatic, but it genuinely felt like a piece of me died. It did. And I don't even, it took me a bit to even like actually listen to the riff at the end because I actually just didn't even care. One of the interviews he did like 6 or so months ago, he talked about how he felt that he had like 2 or 3 more albums in him. So for us to be so pumped about a new album, and then the premiere video is, yeah, I mean, this is the last one. It just sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's 63. He's done a ton, and I am beyond grateful for what he's done. That being said, though, this still sucks. And I really wish that he had talked about this later. I don't understand. Like, the only thing I can think of is that this was done to like create talk because it's like, hey, like, did you hear Megadeth's ending? Like, this is gonna be the last album. Gonna be the last album. Like, I get that it creates buzz, but at the same time, like, why did this have to be now? Like, why did like we're all excited about a new album, and it's like, I'm sure I'll like get over this a bit to where like I can be excited for the album. But this is one of the most bittersweet things I could even think of. It just sucks. I cannot express it. Like, I could have cried today. Like, if I wasn't at work, like, I could have cried. I don't even care how that sounds. This band, like, everybody that knows me knows how big of a part this band is to my life. I did not expect for it to be ending now. And it's weird, too. Like, I know everyone's different, and like, you know, I don't know if the stuff with Ozzy and stuff has been getting Dave to think about his age or anything, because I mean, I feel like they would have had this planned out a little bit longer. So I don't know if necessarily like that had any effect, but like, don't get me wrong. I get the element of like, I'm getting older. Like at some point I got to call it quits. Like I get that, but it's also so strange because like, I feel like a lot of his peers are still playing. Like I was not expecting that he was going to be done now. And especially after that interview that was like 6 or whatever months ago when he said like, yeah, like probably 2 or 3, like it sucked even hearing that, but it was like, you know, like That's life. And even this, I mean, this is life, but I don't know. It just sucks. When Endgame came out, I remember being in high school, and I remember me and a channel friend, Doughboy. I remember me and him like walking past each other in high school, and we were like so pumped. I think it was the announcement of the album or something like that. And I remember it just felt like everyone should just like the whole, like everyone we walk past should just be like excited. Like we knew that not everyone cared about that, but it just, that was like the feeling, like that was the aura. And then when it came to 13, like I have memories of every album. And like this band has been such a big part of my life. I remember when I first got into them, I think it was because of Guitar Hero. And it was like every song I looked up, I was like, this is good. This is good. This is good. And it never stopped. And then it just ended up being easily my favorite band. Like I love every album. There's some I like, you still rank them, but I like all the albums. I love this band. I don't know. It just sucks. Like it's not the end of the world, but I really cannot express enough how much it actually felt like a piece of me died. It was weird. It was like something close to me like passed away. Like I don't want to say like a person because like that's like pretty extreme, but it was like, I don't know. It really, and it's probably going to hit me again. Like right now I'm talking pretty fine about it. I think it's because I'm not really like, even though I'm talking about it, I'm not like thinking about it. I'm just kind of like getting my, like just expressing myself right now. But I'm probably going to think about it and it's still going to it just stinks. I don't know. Like I said, I get it. He's getting older. I really hope that this album just freaking, it just blows everything out of the water. And it's just like, everyone's just like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing I ever heard. Because like, I would love for him to end off on a high note. I don't know if this is going to happen, but it would be amazing if somehow the album went number one so we could finally get his number one. Some people have said that they think that that image of Vic might be the album cover. If it is, I'm cool with that. I think that image looks really cool. And some people have pointed out that like that image is definitely not AI. So that's really good. But yeah, I don't know. This is one of the most bittersweet things. I genuinely, it took me a bit to even care to listen to that riff at the end. And I couldn't even tell you how I feel about it. I don't really know. Megadeth usually, for me anyway, it like takes a bit, even when the album comes out, because it's like, I've listened to Megadeth for so long that like when you throw in new music in there, it's like my brain's got to like adjust to, like just different songs. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I'm super excited for the album. And I think I have to go to the farewell tour. I think I have to. I've met Dave 3 times, but I think I'm gonna have to do it again. I don't know. And then there's the whole topic of like, is this really the end? I don't know. It's seeming like it, but then people pointed out all the bands that have said like, yeah, this is our farewell tour, and then they're still freaking out there. So I don't know. I feel like what he might do is kind of like what Slayer did, where he's gonna kind of like put the band to rest, but he'll still play every now and then. That's my guess, which for me personally, I just like hearing the new music. I know that's not the popular opinion. It just sucks when I know a band is no longer going to make new material. It sucks. And I feel like it'd just be easier on them. Like, I know it doesn't make as much money anymore, but I feel like it'd be easier on their bodies and stuff if they just focused on albums, but that never really seems to be the case. And I know that that's the unpopular opinion anyway, but I don't know. I don't want this band to end. I just don't, but that's life. And, I'm grateful for everything Dave has done. Like, I mean, he's inspired me in many different ways, and people can feel however they want about him, but he really did. He changed metal. He did. I was actually listening. I had Megadeth on today because I was getting ready to hear what I thought was the new freaking song. But I was listening to them today, and Devil's Island came on. It's like, I've listened to these albums and songs, but I want to say millions. It could be millions. I don't know. Tons and tons and tons of times. I heard Devil's Island today, and for some reason today it really hit, and it was like, this intro is insane. This is insane. Like, I don't know. He made some crazy stuff, and it just feels weird to just have this be done. But we'll always have the music. I'll probably still talk about them all the time. I don't know. This just stinks. But let me know what you think about all this. Like, are you excited for the new album? I would assume so. But like, is there anyone else that feels like me where it's like, this is just such a freaking downer? I don't know if I've ever had like that shift of emotion of like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Oh, no, it wasn't even like it was literally like, oh, I can't wait. Like it was like an upset, like I don't even know if my face like looked upset. It was like frozen. I was frozen. I was frozen in the bathroom. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.